This is how one should regard us as servants of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. There it is, right? This is how one should regard us as servants of Christ and stewards of the mystery of God. Now, this verse is not only used for the supper by many LCMS pastors, it's used for everything that has to do with being a public servant of word and sacrament. The reason for this is not because the mystery of God here is the word mystery that eventually, Greek, mysterion, becomes Latin sacramentum, that eventually becomes the word sacrament. See, that's the thing I'm always arguing against doing. You can't read the word sacrament back into the Bible because the Bible doesn't care about our definition of the word sacrament as a word. It cares about the thing, right? But sacraments are tradition as a word to describe the thing, which is God's word doing stuff with physical realities as saving gospel present reign, right? So there's that. But that's not necessarily what these mysteries are referring to. In fact, if you really want to know what that is, you got to go further backward and forward in the book of 1 Corinthians, which, though, I will point out, having just written a book on it, in which there's a whole chapter doing just this, the real mystery at work here is the body of Jesus, the man, risen, that is also you, plural, the people, gathered around bread and wine, it's, that is, him. So that's still in the context pretty strongly, I would advocate, but I'm still not going to say that this verse is the proof text that therefore pastors only handle the Lord's Supper. I think that's a bit radical. I think what pastors are is, again, they are stewards. They are those who care for what belongs to not them. And this is kind of the important thing then about the Lord's Supper, right? Is it yours? Who does the Lord's Supper belong to? And again, I'm going to have to take you back. Who does the office of the keys belong to? And if you say church, shame on you. Who owns it? It's not the church. It's Jesus. Jesus owns all official capacity in his kingdom as the king. He owns the office of the keys to unleash and to bind, to save and to damn. He owns that. Who has he bestowed those keys upon in the present age as articles of faith? Well, he has given them in their usage as a whole to the assembling of his people around them. So there's that when Christians come together, we all own the keys by believing the unlocking as it's proclaimed. But then if we all tried to do it at the same time, I think we'd have a lot of noise going on. And so he also established this role of predicant, preacher, steward, apostle, servant, deacon, bishop, elder. What do you want to call it? Father? It's all over the New Testament. And the only thing that's clear is that they are authorized to care about the public good of the word. That's what they do. That's all they do. And they are authorized to do it in God's name and with his holy powers. So they are to steward, they are to care for something that does not belong to them, but belongs not to us all, really, but is for the good of us all, but belongs to the master who continues, God willing, to send it. And you should regard your pastor as a servant of that. That's what his heart would have him be, good or not as he may be.